Λοιπόν, τώρα θα σας δείξω ένα βιντεάκι, θα ξεκινήσω από αυτό και μετά θα μιλήσουμε εκτεταμένως για αυτό.
We were given a wonderful tour of the home by Tom Lingle, who is with the Society for the Preservation of New England Antiquities. Take a look. Behind this low-key facade are classic Bauhaus innovations. Here in the rear, you see typical characteristics, like the uninterrupted sides and flat roof. Remember, this is the granddaddy of today's modern ranch house. Doesn't that flat porch roof remind you of a carport? In the 1930s, Walter Gropius pioneered the curtain wall. For the first time in American architecture, both exterior and interior walls are completely flush. Nothing interrupts the smooth lines of this house, and all this is accomplished with simple industrial building materials. The spiral staircase looks handmade, but it isn't. It's an industrial model that ties in beautifully with the rest of the house. Even the futuristic sculpture is made of aluminum. Well, after this introduction, I couldn't wait to get out of the rain and take a look inside. Well, it's a pretty gray and wet day to visit the Walter Gropius house.
It sure is kind of a gray day for a monochromatic house.
Oh, neat. This is like walking back into 1940, what's the year exactly?
1938.
38.
1938.
Terrific.
Yeah.
The curtain in the front.
Kind of closes it off from the drafts and separates this area.
Look at this, a place to, you're forced to wipe your feet.
You're forced to wipe your feet. No way to get in without doing it.
It's just dropped in, but it's part of the design.
That's right. That's right.
Very custom place, huh?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, all of this stuff is pretty much industrial fixtures. This coat rack here is just standard tubing and plate glass bolted up into the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. But the staircase, Tom, it's a remarkable piece. I mean, you can't tell me this isn't custom.
No, it's, again, all just standard elements available at any building supply store. The chrome tubing here, maybe it's from a plumbing supply place.
This is 1938. I imagine you could have gotten all of this, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. Cork flooring and...
But what about this wall? It's not plaster, it's wood, but...
That's right. Oh, it's your standard...
oh, yeah, it's clapboards.
Yeah, it's clapboards. And just turned up on the vertical instead of horizontal. Painted white so you get some nice little shadow lines.
How New England.
That's right.
But what a great idea.
And yet it's also very Bauhaus. Here, the building that Gropius is probably best known for, it kind of summarizes all the major elements.
Where was this located?
This is Dessau, Germany. All the major elements of modern architecture. The glass curtain wall, the flat roof.
This was all built in the 1920s, wasn't it?
Right, 1923.
And then when Hitler took over...
basically threw the Bauhaus people out.
He didn't like the Bauhaus. He wanted empirical kind of,
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Monumental architecture.
They bricked this up and stored hay in it, I guess, during the war.
Is that right? Now tell me about these light fixtures.
Again, this is standard catalog item from the 30s.
They vaguely remind me of movie house light fixtures.
That's right, probably movie house movies. Or, you know, kind of Art Deco business office lobby type stuff.
Mm-hmm. Now, how many rooms are there down here?
Well, let's go into the living area here. Really, the family kind of considered this as one big room. Great view of the landscape out here.
Unbelievable.
Standard
Wait a
factory
minute.
plate glass.
Okay, I was going to say, picture windows in 1938?
No, definitely not. Just a very standard industrial sash with large plate glass.
Mm-hmm.
The furniture here, too, kind of the thing we begin to think of as seeing every day, but these are all prototypes for furniture that later...
was mass-produced.
That's right.
That's really fascinating. So these are kind of not knockoffs off the assembly line. They're things that he designed and were first...
Actually, Marcel Breuer, his colleague, designed them. He was responsible for most of the furniture in the house.
I see. Now tell me about the glass wall over here. Is this original?
This is all original, 1938, and it basically provides illumination between the study behind and the dining room here.
This is so elegant.
It's very elegant. And very simple use of industrial materials.
This is essentially a precursor of plastic laminates.
That's correct. That's correct.
It's what they call bakelite. They used to make the big black telephones
That's right.
out of this.
That's right.
And it would have been the buffet here, right?
That's correct. That's right, serving area. And here's a photograph of Mrs. Gropius, probably taken around the time of the Second World War.
Mm-hmm. In London.
In London.
Lovely lady.
That's right.
Well, this is really like being in a, well, it is a museum
It is
house.
It is a museum house, and it's really kind of a museum of modern design. Yeah, this chair is Eero Saarinen. one of Gropius's favorite American architects.
Again, one of the big names in 20th century design.
That's correct. And this was a gift to Gropius on his 70th birthday from his colleagues.
Which would have been what, in the 1960s?
50s.
50s, because this is really back in style now.
That's
this
right.
is high style again.
That's right. It's coming back in. That's right. That's
Fantastic. Must be worth a pretty penny, too.
Probably is, yes. And these tables here are, again, Breuer designed from 1923 when the Bauhaus moved to Dessau. The stacking table.
Yeah.
And all just basically chrome and again, bakelite finish.
Of course, one thing that hits you after you've been in the house for 2 minutes is the fact that it's low on color. There's a lot of black and white and steel and slate and...
Very simple industrial natural materials.
Yeah.
Really relying on proportions and stuff like that for the design. And of course, punctuated by the occasional work of art. This painting here by Ladislas Moholy-Nagy, which was a gift from the artist's wife to the Gropiuses. Again, all very simple elements here.
Look at this.
That's right, a high five.
Hey, this really says it all, because in 1938 everybody was listening to Fibber McGee and Molly on these big wooden cabinets with a green crystal, big radios, and this man was already into hi-fi components.
That's right, that's right.
These are original. This is where he placed them. This is all original.
Yep. This is all the original location.
It's like in the 50 years that they were here, nothing really has been moved.
Nothing has been moved. A few pieces of furniture have been moved over the years, but basically everything is as it was when they first moved in 1938.
Marvelous.
Yeah. And there's some nice little
how about this
bits
piece
of furniture? Oh, this is one of my favorites. This was designed by Marcel Breuer in 1934 when he was in England, and is made out of laminated birch plywood bent and steamed. And this too has received, has come into mass production. This was a gift to the Gropiuses at the time the house was completed.
It's neat. You can buy something like this or very similar to it.
That's right. That's right. And then there's other little elements that are kind of nice. This the book wall here is really a Gropius invention. These were really industrial elements, these standards here.
The shelf standards.
The shelf standards, that's right. And he really brings them out into residential use for the first time.
It's like he went amok in an industrial
supply store. That's right.
Brought all this wonderful stuff into the home.
That's right.
I didn't realize, you never think about who invented the shelf bracket.
I know. Well, he didn't invent it, but he certainly used it for the first time in this. This was the day bed that Gropius would use. He'd read here, work on his correspondence.
Is it also a Bauhaus piece of furniture?
Also a Bauhaus piece from 1923.
Neat. And what are those?
This is one of my favorite little elements in the house. These are a pair of reading glasses, so you can look right down here, sort of make sure your shoes are tied, or read something right here.
While lying down.
While lying down. Real nice. Great fun.
Wonderful. What's over here?
This is the study.
The other side of the glass wall.
The other side of the glass wall.
Again, very elegant.
Very elegant. This is the desk where Walter and his wife Isa worked. It originally had been designed for their study in Dessau.
So it was brought over from Germany.
It was brought over from Germany. Originally had some shelves up above here, but they were taken off to fit up against this window.
So I guess when they left Germany, they still could take their things with them.
They took most everything with them, that's right.
Now, this wasn't his drafting table,
No,
though.
this wasn't. This was where he worked on his lectures and his books, his ideas. He's really, I think, probably most importantly, a philosopher and a theorist.
That's a very interesting point.
And he and his wife collaborated on most of their work.
I love the lamp.
Oh, wonderful.
Is that really also an original?
This is an original Bauhaus piece made in the metal shop under the direction of Breuer. And this was meant to go over their typewriters.
The typewriter or
whatever they were writing.
It's
so
fabulous.
It's nice. It's really an early example of task lighting, which is so popular now in current office design.
Marvelous.
It's real nice.
Can we continue?
Yeah, let's take a walk upstairs. Bob, I think it's really important to remember that the Gropiuses felt this house was a teaching aid that they used to let their students and colleagues and other architects learn about their basic design ideas. And by living here, or coming and visiting, and participating in the house and talking about design...
Yeah, this was his philosophy, design.
You've got a sense of what he was working about.
Now, where are you taking us here? This is the master suite?
This is the master suite.
Dressing area?
Dressing area right here.
These wonderful.
Terrific fiberglass.
This is actually the same material as downstairs, isn't it?
That's correct.
In the buffet?
Correct. Yep.
And then?
Another Saarinen chair.
Terrific. It looks like somebody was just here about to get made up and dressed, eh?
That's right. Mrs. Gropius's jewelry is still here. And one of my favorites, this hat,
This is a hat.
That's a hat made out of aluminum that was...
Are you serious?
I am. It was designed for the Gropius House, which was an annual party held at the Architects
yes.
Collaborative.
It's made of aluminum. They were all supposed to be white metal, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And it was...
Neat little quirkiness.
Yep. Yep.
Very nice. Hey, you know, I like this. He's got a plate glass wall here, but he's got a mirror attached to for her.
Interesting visual games
Yeah.
can be played there,
And now,
too.
what's
Into
through
the
here?
bathroom here.
Mirrored doors.
Mirrored doors.
Wonderful. This is like 1938 indeed, isn't it?
Absolutely.
The
And
twin lavatories and
like
the
everything else in the house, just what was available in a catalog.
black and white.
These nice aluminum-coated lamps, which give a nice soft light.
And this
One of my
extraordinary,
favorites here.
wonderful commode.
Wonderful toilet.
Is that an American design
It's
or an
American
Italian?
design from the 1930s.
Is that right?
And as a matter of fact, in 1945, when Gropius needed some replacement parts, he wrote a wonderful letter to the manufacturer saying that it was what he thought the best designed toilet fixture he'd ever seen. Not a square edge on it. And
There are
also-
similar ones on the market today. I
Yep.
didn't realize that was American. That's beautiful. Then
Let's go into the master bedroom.
he's big on using colors and textures in very
Fabrics.
special areas
Yeah,
by
yeah.
bringing fabrics.
That's right. This is, I believe, Iranian here.
Crewel work.
Cool work.
And then this is all just white chenille on white chenille.
That's right. Another Bauhaus lamp. And side tables, end tables designed by Gropius here. All his
Reminiscent
shoe
of Mondrian, the painter.
That's right, that's right. And then another feature that I rather like, these laths attached to the wall for hanging pictures or things like this branch.
So that it's almost like a bulletin board.
It's almost like a bulletin board. You don't destroy the wall surface. And this is the same size as the window here. So it really says that the artwork on the wall is just as important as the artwork that's the landscape out here.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
It helps draw your eye outside.
Exactly.
Where shall we go next?
Let's go on into the guest room. Again, wonderful
textile.
use
Yeah.
of textiles.
Yeah. And all the furniture is Bauhaus furniture.
All
in here.
Bauhaus from 1923.
The beds and the marvelous little bedside tables that can just creep right up to your bed so that you can write in bed or
That's
take
right.
a meal there.
That's right.
When you're
a
ill.
nice little turning,
A pivoting surface.
pivoting surface here, and a wonderful little clock. Sort of Bauhaus design.
Excellent. White and black and red.
White and black and red.
Except, of course, for the
Miró murals.
Murals,
One
yeah.
of them for the UNESCO headquarters in Paris, and the other one for the Harvard Graduate Center from 1949.
that's a wonderful photograph.
Yes.
Now, is that here at the house?
Yep, that's right in here in the next off the next room, and this is the
And that is
sun deck.
Mrs. Gropius
That's Mrs.
sunning on
Gropius.
the deck.
In 1947, it was for an article that was written, what it was like to live in the house 10 years later.
Fantastic. Can we see that?
Yeah, we can. We can right in through here.
Okay, then this is another bedroom
This
here.
is another bedroom. This is the daughter's room.
Again, all the expanses of glass just make
That's
you
right.
feel like you're outdoors, right?
Exactly. A nice little item that he's installed here so that we can have these kind of views is this heating system. There's a fin tube radiator down below here, and airspace
wall.
underneath, false wall kind of, and these grates here, registers here, so that you can essentially bathe the cold window with warm air.
And giant window shades.
That's right. That's
Should
right.
you need privacy. This is quite a desk, isn't it?
Yep, this is designed by Gropius in 1919 when he was at Weimar, Germany, when he first became head of the Bauhaus school there.
Tell me about the chair.
Oh, yes. This is one that we're all familiar with now.
This is commonly known as the paperclip chair. Is this the granddaddy of all
This
paperclips?
is the granddaddy of it. This is number 2,
Oh, my.
and this was handmade. They've now achieved mass production, which was the original intent, but this is Breuer's first, well, actually the second model, done in 1923.
Fantastic.
And then again, the use of materials here, fabrics.
Oh, yeah.
This is the daughter's sleeping alcove, which can be shut off from this, which was kind of the study and play area.
Well, you know what's really neat here is the way he has these channels to hang the drape from, right, recessed right into the ceiling, so that the line of the ceiling is never broken. It's a
That's
very
right.
clean design.
That's right.
And again, the textile is fantastic stuff, isn't it?
Yep.
You can really look at the weave. Now, where's the deck?
Oh, it's out here, out this way. Sorry it's raining, because this is really very dramatic when it's sunny.
Well, yeah, this is the classic, the pink
Bauhaus
wall.
pink.
Yeah,
That's right.
it sure is wet.
It sure is.
Well, as I understand it, the house has only recently been donated to the Society for the Preservation of New England Antiquities, right?
That's right. In 1983, when Mrs. Gropius died, it came to us. And last June, we began to open it up as a historic house museum. We have it open every weekend from the 1st of June till the middle of October, and then the first weekend of every month from November through May.
So now we're really into the efforts for restoration and conservation, I would
Within
think.
a couple of weeks, we hope to start restoration of the house, beginning on the roof and the upper floor here, and next year we'll do downstairs, fix up the windows and that kind of stuff.
Well, not only is the house very, very impressive, but the landscaping and the grounds are fabulous.
It's all...
That pine tree is extraordinary.
That's right. As a matter of fact, the Gropius's ashes are both spread around the grounds, and this is really kind of a monument to them.
A shrine to the Bauhaus movement.
To the Bauhaus and to the Gropius's efforts on behalf of the design ideals. Yeah.
Tom, thanks for the tour.
Thanks very much. Thanks for being with us.
Αυτό ήταν το σπίτι του Βάλτερ Γκρόπιους. Μην μου πείτε ότι δεν ήταν εξαιρετική εμπειρία το να βλέπεις όλα αυτά τα στοιχεία του design που είναι σήμερα πάρα πολύ ενεργά και πάρα πολύ παρόντα στη δική μας τη ζωή και από πού προήλθαν. Επίσης είναι πολύ ενδιαφέρον να βλέπουμε ένα σπίτι του 1919 που έχτισε Gropius για τον εαυτό του και πόσο σύγχρονο ήταν και πόσο λειτουργικό ήταν και πόσο αυτές οι αρχές του Bauhaus ήταν αυτές οι οποίες τηρήθηκαν εδώ κατά γράμμα. Θα συνεχίσουμε να σας δείξω ορισμένα πράγματα ακόμα από αυτό το σπίτι, κάποιες λεπτομέρειες. Πρέπει να πούμε καταρχήν ότι αυτό το σπίτι, ένα λεπτάκι να το ανοίξω. Πρέπει να πούμε λοιπόν ότι αυτό το σπίτι το οποίο το βλέπουμε εδώ δεν το έχτισε με δικά του χρήματα. Ο Gropius ήταν φτωχός όταν πήγε στην Αμερική, διωκόμενος από τους Ναζί στην πραγματικότητα, και το σπίτι αυτό του το χορήγησε μία Αμερικανίδα συλλέκτρια και έτσι φτιάχτηκε ακριβώς για να γίνει ένα μνημείο του Bauhaus και ακριβώς για να γίνει ένα παράδειγμα ενός νέου σπιτιού και ακριβώς για να μπορούν να το επισκέπτονται οι φοιτητές των αρχιτεκτονικών σχολών και να βλέπουν πώς θα είναι ένα καινούριο σπίτι για εκείνη την εποχή. Το σπίτι αυτό φυσικά ονομάζεται Gropius House και είχε μεγάλη επιρροή στη μοντερνιστική αρχιτεκτονική εντός αλλά και εκτός Ευρώπης. Και σε αυτό χρησιμοποίησε χαρακτηριστικά υλικά των κτιρίων της Νέας Αγγλίας, όπως ξύλο και τούβλο, και τα συνδύασε με βιομηχανικά υλικά, το γυαλί και το χάλιβα. Η κατασκευή, πέρα από το παραδοσιακό πρότυπο της Νέας Αγγλίας, έχει ενσωματώσει κάποια νεότερα χαρακτηριστικά, όπως είναι τα οριζόντια παράθυρα που βλέπουμε εδώ, στον πρώτο όροφο, και τα ιαλότουβλα στη βεράντα. Σύμφωνα με την φιλοσοφία, εδώ βλέπουμε τα ιαλότουβλα και απ' έξω. Σύμφωνα τώρα με τη φιλοσοφία του Bauhaus, της λεγόμενης ολιστικής τέχνης, το σπίτι περιείχε έπιπλα σχεδιασμένα, όπως ακούσατε, από τον Marcel Breuer, καθώς και έργα του Herbert Bayer και του ζωγράφου και γλύπτη Joan Miró, που είδαμε στο υπνοδωμάτιο το δεύτερο. Όπως και με τα προηγούμενα σχέδιά του για εργοστάσια και βιομηχανικά κτίρια, ο Gropius σχεδίαζε το σπίτι ώστε να είναι απλό και αποτελεσματικό και να πληρεί τις καθημερινές απαιτήσεις της οικογένειάς του. Αυτό φαίνεται στις σχέσεις μεταξύ εξωτερικών και εσωτερικών χώρων, καθώς και στις πρακτικές προσαρτήσεων που έκανε, όπως την ενσωμάτωση αποθηκευτικού χώρου και ξεχωριστής εισόδου και την υιοθετημένη κόρη του. Εκτός αυτού, ο Gropius χώρισε τη γη γύρω από το σπίτι σε πολλαπλές ζώνες, δημιουργώντας έτσι μία σχέση μεταξύ του κτηρίου και του περιβάλλοντος. Το Gropius House ήταν ο καλύτερος τρόπος για τον αρχιτέκτονα να εδραιωθεί και να χτίσει τη φήμη του στις Ηνωμένες Πολιτείες. Ήταν μία έκφραση των αντιλήψεών του για την κατοικία, που σέβονταν οι φοιτητές του στο Χάρβαρντ, αλλά χρησιμεύσε και στους πιθανούς πελάτες του, επιδεικνύοντας την προσαρμοστικότητά του στη σύνδεση της τοπικής αρχιτεκτονικής γλώσσας με το σχεδιασμό αιχμής εκείνης της εποχής. Εδώ βλέπετε το κτίριο και τον περιβάλλοντα χώρο. Βλέπετε ότι υπάρχει αρκετός χώρος και μεγάλος δρόμος ιδιωτικός, αλλά έχει παραμείνει μία αίσθηση, ας πούμε, μινιμαλισμού, δεν είναι πάρα πολύ φορτωμένος ο χώρος. Εδώ βλέπετε αυτό το που σας έδειξα στην αρχή, τον πρόβολο που είναι για τις συνεδριάσεις που σας έλεγα και πώς συνδέεται όμορφα με τον κήπο. Άλλη μια εικόνα από το γραφείο που έχει σχεδιάσει ο ίδιος ο Γκρόπιους και είδατε και την καρέκλα που και σήμερα χρησιμοποιούμε, μόνο όπως είδατε η καρέκλα εδώ είναι χειροποίητη. Πρέπει να σας πω ότι ο Γκρόπιους πίστευε ότι πρέπει τα αντικείμενα τα οποία φτιάχνονται να μπορούν να τα φτιάξει και η βιομηχανία, αλλά να μπορούν να είναι και χειροποίητα. Και εδώ είναι μια μακέτα του μνημείου που είχε φτιάξει ο Gropius για τους πεσόντες με εκείνο το πραξικόπημα. Αυτή είναι η ταράτσα με ήλιο όμως αυτή τη φορά, όπως που είναι η φωτογραφία που κάθεται η κυρία Gropius. Πρέπει να πούμε ότι ακόμα και μετά τη μεγάλη επιτυχία του Gropius στην Αμερική, ο αρχιτέκτονας δεν θέλησε να μετακομίσει ποτέ σε ένα ίσως μεγαλύτερο και πιο πολυτελές σπίτι. Διαβεβαίωνε ότι στο Gropius House είχε όλα όσα χρειάζεται. Είχε λοιπόν όμορφη θέα, εδώ είναι το γραφείο του που είδαμε προηγουμένως και τα κλασικά μοντερνιστικά αυτά αγαλματίδια. Και βλέπετε πόσο λένε εκεί ότι υπάρχει επιστροφή στην αισθητική του Bauhaus σήμερα και αυτό είναι αλήθεια, ξέρετε. Και εδώ είναι η κυκλική, η κυλινδρική σκάλα, η οποία έχει οπτική επαφή με το γραφείο και βλέπετε αυτά τα τεράστια παράθυρα που είναι ο μισός τείχος παράθυρα και πόσο είναι όμορφο αυτό το πράγμα όταν ένα σπίτι έχει γύρω του θέα. Αυτό είναι μια μικρή τραπεζαρία και τα έπιπλα αυτά του Bauhaus, δηλαδή οι καρέκλες οι γνωστές. Εδώ είναι αυτό που βλέπαμε, όπου είναι ο γυάλινος τοίχος, από πίσω είναι η κρεβατοκάμαρα και εδώ, αυτό είναι της κρεβατοκάμαρας η ταπισερή από πίσω. Βλέπετε ότι έχει και ένα, εδώ πέρα, κινέζικο ή ιαπωνέζικο κάθετο. Και εδώ έχει προσαρμόσει στην τζαμαρία, που είναι πολύ ωραία ιδέα, αυτό το καθρέφτη. Και έτσι είναι ενωμένοι αυτοί οι δύο χώροι και δεν αισθάνεται ότι είναι μικρός χώρος η κρεβατοκάμαρα. Αυτή είναι η καρέκλα που σχεδίασε ο Μπρέιερ. Κοιτάξτε τα τηλέφωνα από βακελίτη που υπήρχαν τότε και για πόσα χρόνια κράτησαν, από το 1920 κλπ. Και πόσο τεράστιος χώρος είναι εδώ. Περισσότερος τοίχος, όπως βλέπετε, είναι παράθυρο ακριβώς γιατί υπάρχει αυτό το πεύκο, το οποίο ουσιαστικά όλη η θέα του δωματίου αυτού είναι αυτό το πεύκο. Εδώ είναι το απόγευμα, πώς φωτίζεται. Αυτό εδώ πέρα, αυτός εδώ ο πίνακας, είναι πίνακας του Μόχολινάγκη. Απλά η μετάφραση το είπε ο άλλος Μόχολιναζί, όπως το είπε. Είναι ο πίνακας του Μόχολινάγκη, λοιπόν, αυτός ο πίνακας και κοιτάξτε πόσο ιδιαίτερη θέση του έχει δώσει πάνω από το τζάκι, αλλά κοιτάξτε ότι το έχει βάλει και έκεντρα. Να σας πω ότι το Bauhaus πίστευε στην ασυμμετρία. Δεν πίστευε στη συμμετρία. Πίστευε το πώς θα βρεθεί αρμονία μέσα από τη σύνθεση των ασυμμετριών. Και αυτό ήταν μια πάρα πολύ σοφή εκδοχή. Εδώ είναι, όπως βλέπετε, τα τραπεζάκια που ήταν ένα μεστάλο, και το οποίο είναι ακόμα, τα έχουμε μερικά σπίτια αυτά τα τραπεζάκια. Αυτό είναι το σπίτι έτσι όπως είναι απ' έξω το φθινόπωρο. Κοιτάξτε τι ηρεμία αποπνέει αυτό το σπίτι έτσι όπως είναι. Ούτε διακοσμητικά στοιχεία, ούτε φανφαρονισμοί, ούτε επίδειξη εξουσίας που έχουν κάποια σπίτια. απλά ηρεμία και στοχαστικότητα. Ο ίδιος ο Gropius ήταν ένας στοχαστικός αρχιτέκτονας. Σας δείχνω κάποιες εικόνες. Κοιτάξτε, έχει συνδέσει αυτό το σχέδιο του Gropius με αυτό το μικρό καθισματάκι. Και όπως βλέπετε υπάρχει μία ηρεμία και μία λιτότητα. Και τα χρώματα είναι λευκό, γκρι, μαύρο κτλ. Και εδώ υπάρχει έμφαση στη λειτουργικότητα. Δηλαδή είναι λίγο παράξενο ένα δωμάτιο καθιστικό και μαζί κρεβάτι. Αλλά αν κάποιος θέλει να ξαπλώσει, να διαβάσει και να έχει και μια παρέα, μπορεί και να κοιμηθεί. Δηλαδή υπάρχει μια φυσικότητα στη διαδικασία αυτή, θέλω να πω. Εδώ η γνωστή πάλι καρέκλα, εδώ μια άλλη εικόνα του δωματίου και βέβαια όλα αυτά τα τεράστια, η τείχη τζάμια που βλέπετε εδώ. Από παντού υπάρχει θέα και το φως, το οποίο λούζει τα δωμάτια. Έτσι λοιπόν, όπως βλέπετε η εξωτερική βλάστηση είναι σχεδιασμένη. Υπάρχουν βέβαια ενεργειακές λύσεις και ανέσεις που είναι πάρα πολύ προηγμένες για την εποχή του. Και έτσι λοιπόν υπάρχει τέλεια διάταξη για να λειτουργήσει αυτό τόσο ως στούντιο αλλά και ως σπίτι. Και εδώ είναι η τελευταία εικόνα από αυτό το σπίτι.